All right, we're live. Okay, everyone, if you're watching this, hold on a minute. I have to go and mute it on the live stream. Otherwise, I'm going to hear myself on delay in my ear. If you're joining us for the AGM today, we're about 5 minutes away from getting started. We were just launching the live stream and making sure everything works. So we'll see you shortly. You got me and Sean here today. I'm going to do most of the general mumbo jumbo, and Sean is going to talk about the financials. We should be less than an hour. Excuse me, don't mind me. Eyes are watered. We should be less than an hour, and if anybody wants to email in any questions or anything, you can always get a hold of us at info@thevoyageurs.com. That's probably the best way to get a response from us, the most direct way. So we've got about 4 minutes until we're going to launch. And between now and then, we're just going to sit here really awkwardly. And I don't know. Yeah, we'll start ourselves off shortly. Sean, I'm just going to duck out for 2 seconds, and I'll be back.
No problem.
Sean, you'll be happy to know there are already 10 watching. We haven't even gotten going yet.
It was a good call on my over under
Yeah,
pick there.
your over under was 10. So, but I still think we're going to break that. Guess we'll
We've
see.
got stiff competition tonight, so
We do have stiff
I,
competition.
I've never gone head to head against the Blue Jays, so it's a first for
No,
me.
no, that's right. What is it like where I did not, I don't know even when the game kicked off. Is it already, it must be already on.
Yeah, it's started at about an hour ago or
Okay.
45 minutes after the
Should we spoil the score for people or
you know what? I don't even know. I saw the top of the first and that was it. So
okay. Okay. Well, we're at 7 o'clock. We may as well get going. Thanks for those of you that are tuning in live. And thanks for those of you that are watching this archived. It is archived on our YouTube channel. And it's scintillating. We all know that this is the most exciting thing that you could be doing tonight. But no, it is important stuff. A lot happens over the course of the year, and we're happy to kind of be working behind the scenes to make it all happen. I'll launch our little PowerPoint here, and away we go. Just sorry, 2 seconds here. There we go. That's better. Okay. I just want to make sure that everything's coming through on the broadcast. Give me 2 seconds here. You can see that I'm sharing my screen, right, Sean? Okay, awesome. Yep. Okay, looks like we're good to go. Okay. So 24-25. It's been a very busy year and a lot of fun. There's been a lot of developments. We're going to go over some of those. We're going to go over our financials, and hopefully you can see a lot about what has been going on over the course of the last year and a bit. Yeah, so we had lots of senior national team games. Thinking back 20 years ago, I don't think we ever had this many national team games from both the senior national teams, and now they're just like regular every window. They seem to have filled up. It was great to have the Gold Cup in Vancouver. We made quite a few moves as an organization. We've been slowly building out. It's taken a lot of time, and we need to incorporate more volunteers and get ourselves more organized. But we've been doing better and better on that front. So besides the games, there's also what we've been doing as an organization. It's been challenging and interesting, and it's actually quite a pleasure to be able to be involved and do all this stuff. I just realized neither of us introduced ourselves. My name's Rob Notenboom, and I'm the president. And Sean Mann is also going to be on, and he's the treasurer.
Hi,
So
everyone.
he's going to bring the financials once we get there, which is only a few slides in. So yeah, we had a lot of things going on this year. The 2025 All-State Soccer Show was in Montreal, and our VP Jean-Sebastien took care of a lot of that. Got some new great pop-up tents developed with our logo on them to be there, and it was held in Laval, I think. I think maybe the biggest development that we had this year as an organization was we moved from the old website platform, which had been the platform for, I want to say, 2 decades, to this new platform on Memby. Once again, Jean-Sebastien took the lead both in figuring out what platform we were going to use and in doing the developmental steps to actually get it done. And he worked his butt off on that over December and January of last year. And without all that labor, it never would have happened in time. And we managed to get all this done in about 4 months. Now, if you remember, the old website had started to experience a number of glitches, and the website provider couldn't sort them out. We kept going back to them and asking them to fix this and fix this, and it was mostly to do with auto renewals of memberships, which were getting auto renewed accidentally every week. Dozens and dozens of them would get renewed. It couldn't be fixed. The old website was a little out of date looking as well, and this one is a big improvement. And one thing that we haven't put in yet that I know a lot of people have been asking for, and we will get to, it should be soon. We're just trying to kind of finalize it, is a forum built into that website, like which was on the old website. So just stay tuned. That should be coming. As I mentioned earlier, we had some trade show gear that JS also worked on. Some new flags with a new Voyageurs logo, some cool looking vertical flags, which we deployed in Montreal at the men's national team game against Australia for the first time. So we've got a few more things to make us look good in the stands figured out. We have this thing going on with Canada Red that I'm sure a lot of you recognize. That was a partnership between us and Canada Soccer and giving Voyageurs a level up or a tier up in the Canada Red program to hopefully help people get access to 2026 World Cup 2026 tickets. Lately, we started the V's for V's program. I think most of you probably know about that, but the idea is a bit of a ticket exchange where if people are able to buy more World Cup tickets than they can use, they sell them at face value to other Voyageurs. There's going to be the first rollout of that this week. There aren't that many tickets from the Visa presale. There are very, very few, but we will communicate to those people who volunteered for V's and we'll be allocating those tickets as soon as we can get to them. And last but not least, we are very lucky to be able to honor Desiree Scott in Winnipeg. Over the summer, it was her retirement game, gave her the Voyageurs engraved paddle, and it was a very proud moment for us. And she looked thrilled, actually, and that was really cool. So I mentioned this about the website and membership platform. It's been great. It's much more seamless. It's quite intuitive in terms of how to use it. We've been having people get trained up in how to use it so that we can delegate work a little bit better and have different people look after different things. And Jean-Sebastien is not shy, so you will know that he's around if he's around. And if he's around and you see him, say thank you for all the work that he put into developing this website, because seriously, it was a ton of work and he did a great job with it. Shipping has also been a bit of a thorn in our sides. Trevor Dorsey was handling it and did a magnificent job of it for quite a few years. More on this later, but he had to step back from his position. And then in the interim, we kind of struggled to get shipping out the door and keep caught up with that, and also keep the merchandise situation stable. But now, and there's two sides to shipping. There's membership packages, and then there's merchandise that people buy. So Alex Ho and Matt Serson have stepped up to do membership packages. I think it was mostly Alex that did most of the work on that. And over the course of about a month, he got well over 2,000 membership packages out to everybody, which is great. We're going to try and get going on that a little earlier next year. We said that last year, and it didn't quite happen the way we wanted. But this year, we're already starting to get going on the development of what the membership package for 2026 looks like. And we're hopefully going to be shipping those out earlier. Sort of, there are things that we want you to have before World Cup in June. Hopefully you have them. Also, Laura and Teo Gauthier have taken over merchandise. Once again, I think that's mostly Laura. At least she's the one that's communicating with us mostly. And she's doing a magnificent job as well. Keeping up, getting everything out the door, solving issues when they come up. It's been really good. Great move to have those four guys, those four people involved in what we're doing. We're over 2,600 members now. I think the Canada Red news and the World Cup tickets have given us a real boost. That's double what our kind of low baseline is. We tend to have somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 over the last few years. It spiked significantly when men's World Cup qualifying was happening in 2021, and then it settled back down. Now we're back up significantly. So welcome to everybody that's new. It's great. It's great to have such a kind of a thriving group right now. Okay, that's it for me for the most part. Well, not for the most part, for now. Sean, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Sure. Thanks, Rob. As Rob mentioned, my name's Sean Mann. I'm the treasurer for the Voyageurs.
Oh,
I'm based. Oh,
sorry, that
sorry.
was my fault.
No problem. We'll go back. I was just gonna say I'm based in Edmonton, Alberta. For those who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet. I'll wait till Rob gets back to the first slide, but I'll just give a little context. I know Rob is speaking to events that have happened since we last had an AGM, so his commentary and highlights have kind of span 24 and 25. From a financial perspective, we're gonna focus on the fiscal year 2024, so that'd be January to December 2024, and just again we prepare annual statements, so it's a 2024 focus. So. There's things in 2025 that Rob mentioned that won't be a part of the financial statements that I'm presenting. So I'll jump right in. I'm not going to do a page flip of the actual financials. We'll be posting those to the website shortly here. So if you want to take a peek, you can have access to the full set of financials. But I'll just provide a quick little overview over a couple slides. So the focus for 2024 for the group was to keep building. Obviously, as Rob mentioned, members have grown since the World Cup, and we want to try to keep those numbers up. That allows us to keep doing fun stuff. So another foundational year as we plan and work to build toward the World Cup in 2026. Again, the focus was to save cash for a number of items that Rob mentioned in 2025. And I'll get to those next year, but in the actual numbers, but the website, the back end membership software, scarves, flags, match day experience, the tents, which I hope some of you saw at the tailgate in Montreal. They look great, and we hope to use those next year in the World Cup as well. Rob, you go to the next slide. So jumping into the numbers, total revenues were up about $32,000 24 versus 23, about 82%. And the big driver for that was Copa America. There were seven matches, including one qualifier, so six in the tournament plus the one qualifier. We sold tickets on behalf of Canada Soccer. We kind of worked as agents, so we used the Voyageurs back end to sell those tickets to members. And with that, there's a processing fee that we had to incur. So we took a little ticket fee, and that's really what drove the membership. It was about 20 to 25 bucks average, and we sold almost 900, actually 900 tickets exactly, I believe, for Copa America, which is impressive. Membership revenue was up about $13,500 or 59%. Kind of twofold increase there. One, prices obviously go up, our costs go up. So unfortunately, we do have to raise membership prices slightly. So I think they went up to $25 a membership in 2024. And we also had a little bit of a bump. People were excited about Copa America, and we saw some membership numbers jump prior to the tournament. On the merchandise side, revenue was actually down slightly, about $5,000 or 32%. The driver there is really home matches. 2024, we only had three home matches, which is crazy given the amount of matches we played in the calendar year. Only three at home, two men and one women. And merchandise kind of follows home matches. We sell outside the stadium or before matches, and not having that opportunity in 2024 kind of led to the decline in revenue there. Next slide, Rob. On the expense side, we also dropped expenses down about 17,000 from 2023, or about 27%. The biggest driver there is the reduction in shipping and storage costs and our match day expenses. I kind of highlighted that in the last page. Only three matches at home. All three were in Toronto, so we really saved on moving the banners, moving flags. It was significant savings as everything was in Toronto. All the gear was already in Toronto, so we saved a bunch there. In addition, in 23, we kind of introduced our first major event. It was the women's panel event. We didn't really have a follow-up in 2024, and we look to hopefully bring those types of events back. That obviously had a significant cost in 2023, which we didn't incur in 2024. Next slide, Rob. This is just a pretty, we call this a waterfall in finance. It just shows how we started with about 16,000 in the bank and how we ended up at about 39 at the end of 2024. So the first three gray bars are the revenues that I had spoke to earlier. That gets reduced by the black bar, about 47,000, and then just kind of follows through the financial statements again. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but the hammer on this slide is we've increased our kitty in the bank about 23 grand. So we're in a strong financial position heading into 2025, and allowed us to execute on a number of those things that Robin mentioned, namely our new platform, our new website, a new membership platform, which really I think will add some value to our members. And
So
that's it for me.
that's it for you. Wow, that was fast. One thing that I think is important for everybody to know, and I'm sure most people know this, but just in case you don't, we are a registered not nonprofit corporation. And speaking of, there's a yearly filing that we have to do every year. Ours isn't done this year, but it needs to be done by the start of December. That will be coming up soon. And we needed these financials to be in place to be able to do that filing as well. But as a not-for-profit, this isn't, money that we intend to like hang on to, right?
No,
Everything that we raise, the purpose of it is to go back into member experiences. So that might be game day operations, that might be the website like Sean referred to several times, it might be merchandise related, it might be panel events, it might be whatever. We're not, I mean, we're not even legally allowed to keep a lot of money sitting around not allocated. We have to kind of deal with that eventually. Thankfully it's not something where we have to have a balance of zero by the end of the year. But so don't see anything that we're saying as oh, it's great we have this money and now I don't know, we're gonna buy a place in Turks and Caicos and go live there or something like that. It's we're gonna be reinvesting this back into membership experiences. So
you bet. You bet. Great point, Rob. Thanks.
yeah. Um, we wouldn't be able to do this without volunteers, and we have had a bunch of great volunteers and great work put in by those volunteers. It can be difficult sometimes. We've had several people reach out recently and say, "Hey, I'd like to volunteer. How do I do this?" And connecting with them has been a struggle. Um, just because we're all very busy people as well. And then finding actual jobs for them can also be a struggle. There are some that I know that we have kind of some more immediate needs and then maybe some long-term needs. So there are things to do there, but getting organized so that we can delegate is an extra step, if that makes sense. Me knowing that I have to send an email is a much simpler thing for me to handle than me knowing I need to send an email and delegate it to somebody else to do this and somebody else to do that and somebody else to do the other thing and all those things, right? So we're getting there with incorporating more volunteers, and we're getting there with our build out in terms of our organization. We're much more built out than we were 5 years ago. We're not quite where we'd like to be. It's coming. It's coming slowly, and I actually think that the taking our time is okay. But sometimes that can be frustrating. So just letting you know, if you're one of the people that's happened to volunteer, we haven't forgot about incorporating volunteers. We're trying to get there. It does take some time though, so just be patient with us. And honestly, most people seem quite patient. Most of the feedback we get tends to be thanks for everything rather than you're not doing this right. So that's appreciated. As I mentioned earlier, Trevor Dorsey stepped down from his shipping. Recently, Larry Zima also stepped down from his membership committee volunteer role. Both of those two individuals put in an absolutely huge amount of volunteer hours. Really appreciate what they did, and also the patch that came from your membership with your membership packages this year. Larry came up with the concept for that as well. So appreciate everything that those guys did for us. A lot of the design stuff, Annie Hart and Mark Hinckley continue to help us out with tons of that stuff. In particular, Annie helped develop stickers, especially. We have these two really cool vertical flags now that were put out for the first time in Montreal, and Mark Hinckley helped with that, designing that. It's kind of based off of the Métis sash design, so that was pretty cool. I mentioned earlier, Alex, Matt, Laura, and Teo have done almost all the shipping since about July or August is when they took that over. That's a real thankless task. It's a thing that people have to do kind of quietly by themselves. and be self-reliant and do it every week. And it could be a lot of hours and a lot of labor. So I appreciate those guys doing that. We had two games in Montreal this year, and Justine Longpre and Eric Forget helped out a lot getting those things going. Jean-Sebastien put his own name in that thank you list. I don't know what he's doing there. Like, what's up with that guy? I didn't put his name in that slide. Seriously though, I'm kind of joking. JS puts in so much time on so many different roles. It's easy to forget that he's done stuff also in running those games. He ran tasks, he did the website, he's done like all the things this year. It's been great. I always appreciate mentioning Nikki as well. Nikki also puts in a lot of kind of behind the scenes hours into helping build the watch party lists and keeping watch parties organized and whatnot. And now I've mentioned everybody on the board of directors except for Sean. And as you can tell, Sean has another thankless task, and that's crunching all the numbers and making sure we're up to speed on all of our financials. So everybody puts in a lot of work. And from my perspective, it's great because everybody does such great work and it's so high quality. So thank you everybody for everything that you've done this year. It's been a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to a big oh, excuse me. I was hoping to make it through all this without coughing. I almost did. Anyway, thanks for everything that you guys have done volunteer wise. We literally could not have this going without all the volunteer hours that people put in. A little governance update. We have elections every year. We've never actually had an election. Every year, it's been a situation where positions have come open, and we've either had, original volunteers, or we've had incumbents that have stepped forward and said they're going to do it again. So both Nikki and Sean, their positions on the board of directors were up in 2025. They chose to seek re-election. We had some interest, some inquiries. Nobody actually decided to get nominated to try and run for the board of directors. So Nikki and Sean were appointed again for another term. Additionally, Alex Ho is our second executive director now. So Jamie McLeod, oh, that's another thing. Jamie, I mean, everybody knows Jamie. You guys know he's been doing this for 20 years selflessly and running things. So Alex is going to join kind of in this, not the same role, but on the same level. So Jamie and Alex are now both executive directors, and that's a change for this year. So in 2027, we have 2 more board positions coming open. So if you're interested, think about that in a couple of years. We have a governance part of our website. If you're interested in any of that, bylaws, any of the financial stuff that we post, it's all kind of there. And Matt, out of the board of directors, is kind of the guy that looks after all that. So if you're interested in anything governance or whatever, that's where you go to look at that. So. Okay, 2026 is going to be a big year. We've got the World Cup coming up. The V's for V's thing, we've been pretty communicative about that. I hope everybody knows what it is and understands what it is, and either you've opted in or you haven't. We're going to be connecting people with a couple of tickets coming up pretty soon. We're currently working on some new merch ideas. Not sure when they're going to be ready to go, but hopefully the sooner the better, so that we can get them in people's hands before June 2026. And like always, we're looking forward to more games. And we know that 2026 is going to be an exciting year. So. Okay. I said it was going to be less than an hour. It's only been 24 minutes so far. So I think we're doing pretty well. Final word for me, and then Sean, if you have anything more that you want to say, go ahead. I just want to say thanks to everybody. It's been once again a great year. We have great people on the board of directors, and we've got Jamie and Alex as executive directors, and working with everybody is just a pleasure. Like, it's a lot of fun. And it's also great to see everybody in the stands, and going to games is a great joy. So hope to see everybody out there. Thanks for your enthusiasm, your participation, kind words when you say them, and for being a member of the Voyageurs. It's really great. Sean, you get the last word.
Yeah, not much more to add to that. Just want to say thanks to everyone as well. It's a lot of fun, and I think the ride's gonna get a lot more fun in the next 12 to 18 months. I'm really excited.
Yeah, yeah, it's exciting. Okay. One final thing, info@thevoyageurs.com. If you have any questions, that's the best way to get a hold of us. We monitor that email regularly, and we'll get back to you soon with answers. We've cut the response time down to like a day, which wasn't the case several years ago. So we will, if you have any interest, any inquiries, you want to volunteer, you want to just ask a question, you're new to the group, you're not sure what we do, or not sure how to get involved, reach out, and we'll be happy to talk to you. That's it. I guess go Blue Jays. I don't know.
I guess so, yeah.
I'm not much of a baseball fan, but that's like a thing right now. So, and LA Rouge is always